Sup? All my homies love the Beastmaster. They've got a good selection of tools at their disposal, which makes them only second to a good artificer. But what exactly do I do with the Beastmaster, and how do I use her? Well, thank you, completely rhetorical question that no one asked, because I'm about to explain that right now. The Beastmaster comes in the Lost Keeper DLC pass, giving you 2 brand new characters for the game, my beloved and one of the weirdest little goblins known to man. Small tangent about this little gremlin, I don't like him. I think he sucks. I don't think that that's a good opinion to have, because I think they're probably a decent character in actuality, but in my experience, I don't fucking like him. He fucking stinks, and I don't like him. He smells like poop. Get him out of my sight. And it really irks me, because, like, you know, you guys know me for Risk of Rain. That's my thing. That's the thing I do. So, I just play a lot of characters in that game, right? I'm generally decent at most games with, like, every character, right? I'm just a jack of all trades. I'm just a Jack Daniel. Like, I don't fucking know. I'm usually just a jack of all trades, right? But for some fucking reason, this guy right here has ruined that streak for me, because I just fucking hate him. Out of all the games I played with Beastmaster, I've probably played over 30 games of Beastmaster just in preparation for this video. And you wanna know how many games of this fucking little motherfucker I played? 2! And one of them, I just played for 5 seconds and I was like, no, I don't want to play with him anymore. The other one, I played with my homie and I was like, dude, this guy fucking sucks. I don't want to touch him anymore. Get him out of my sight. Fuck you. I don't want to touch him ever again. Don't ask me to make a video about him. He sucks. Get out of my sight. Let me cool it back down for a second. I think everyone got a little rowdy there. The Beastmaster stands apart in 3 main ways. Their mining ramp, their movement speed, and their monkeys. I'll go over each of these and talk about the upgrades I think that are best for them. First, I'll talk about her movement. The Beastmaster's movement in the lobby is deceptive. She doesn't actually grab the back wall in the game. Instead, she has to grab an existing block that is physically in the game, meaning you can't just destroy every block you see or you won't have any footing. Most of the time, this isn't a problem, but if you have teammates who are goofballs, if you use the bombs, or if there's just empty pockets, you can fall like a drunken spider. Your monkeys can also be a problem in this regard if you're not careful. And I already hear you clickety-clacking away. I hear the keyboards talking about how they're not actually monkeys, they're cat goblins, yada yada yada. I don't care. These little motherfuckers are monkeys now. The monkeys are the main claim to fame for this character. They are probably the most important thing to the Beastmaster's playstyle. In essence, you start off with 2 monkeys that can come out of the hole grabbing your shit, and then if you spend 3 iron, you can buy another monkey, and then it keeps upping the price of the iron per monkey by 1. It's important to have a few of these guys around doing the slave work, because they do this thing called a cat nap, which means that they just sleep there instead of doing their fucking jobs, you lazy piece of shit! Unless you get their top level upgrade to remove the debuff, which is only like 8 iron, but you just have to go through the quest line, you know, the little upgrade path, so it's not that big of a deal, but you know. There's a dead monkey because of it, so I think it's a pretty big deal. And for this amazing upside and gameplay gimmick, you do lose out on your carrying capacity. You can only carry 3 items in the game, max. And in all honesty, it's a fucking pain in the ass to work around, so I wouldn't really carry shit very often if I were you. While this is a bit of a costly downside, losing some of your agency as a player, it's honestly not that bad. You never really notice it, because a lot of the time it's just like playing with drones. All you gotta do is go boom, boom, boom with the Q, and all of a sudden, there you go. You have a hole that your monkeys can jump out of and do their thing. Speaking of knocking on the back wall, your little goblins can mine for you, so they can go around jumping around at random and breaking little blocks for you, or they can pop out and dig out the ores out of the rock, which is very useful if you get the relic upgrade that gives you 30% more resources from the cat goblins digging shit out. Because unlike ironworms, they can dig out anything, which means you can get extra cobalt or extra water on top of that. I personally don't give a fuck about the mining squads myself. Like, in my constant games of playing, I've never really given enough fucks to call them in. So I wouldn't say that they're the best, but if you're just trying to fuck around and have a good time, they're cool. Like, I had a blast when I was forced myself to use them, but were they really that good? No, and they honestly just ended up hurting me more often, because they would just mine in random directions and make a big old circle around where their hole was that I couldn't walk through. They will prioritize mining around ores if there are any in the vicinity, so it is kind of helpful, but usually it's just random. They just go around randomly mining. So the only time I've really found it useful is to knock on the hole and then leave and go up to defend my base, and they're mining while I'm doing that. So that's my biggest use for them, but I wouldn't actively go out of my way to use them if I were you. If you do want to upgrade them and get a little bit of value out of them, but you're in the same boat as me where you're like, they're not that useful, you can use Eager Squad, which means that they'll just pop out whenever you make a hole. They do a little bit of work, but they don't do enough to like actually make pockets to fuck you over. Talking about being more independent and not having the monkeys mine for you, let's get into the mining abilities. Beastmaster's mining abilities are some of the most enjoyable mining I've done in this game. Like, obviously the mining is kind of like the main gameplay loop, so it should be kind of enjoyable. Like, sometimes you just want to be a JoJo meme, right? You just want to go... Beastmaster punches the wall with 2 drill hands, starting off slow but building up speed over time. If you stop punching, you lose the charge and then you have to restart. But there are 3 paths for you to upgrade your hands. I'd wager this is the main reason why a lot of you guys are here, is to see what the fuck any of this means. And I'll try my best to just explain it like in layman's terms, but if you play with the abilities, you'll grasp it pretty fast and you'll see it in the gameplay. They'll all have like their main gimmick, and the numbers are just super goofy ways of saying that. First off is the agility path. It's fucking boring. I hate you. I hate to even look at you. I spit on you. There's a lot of numbers, right? Like, I just explained that. There's a lot of funny fucking numbers when you're looking at this. But all it really means is that you hit the wall pretty much the same as just, like, the driller. Like, that's it. You're about the same speed, you're about the same everything. You're just basically getting rid of the cool things that you could be doing for the most boring way of playing the game. If you play with this, you are actually the type of guy who puts fucking peanut butter on goddamn bread and eats it like that, dude. Fuck you if you do that. I fucking hate you. Don't just eat peanut butter bread. Put jelly on that shit. Essentially, without me being an asshole, it's just the baseline. Right? If you don't want the gimmick of, like, being slower, this is the main one for you. But momentum does its job better. Momentum is what agility wishes it could be. Momentum splits the difference between agility and frenzy, where agility is a lot slower, but it's a lot more consistent, whereas frenzy is a lot less consistent, but a lot faster. Momentum says, what if I keep the same highs and lows, but you can change direction mid-dig? Momentum's main claim to fame is that they can retain speed, so like your punches, you'll retain the speed for a little bit after you're done punching. Which is a boon to me, because if I'm playing alone, I kind of want to optimize the game. I'm just grinding out these assignments. I just want to get it done, right? So I'm choosing the best, most optimal option currently, right? And momentum is that optimal option. Like, it's just the better one all around, because you can actually change your directions mid-dig, unlike with frenzy. Frenzy's if you decided to just throw all caution to the wind and just dig long fucking tunnels. I believe frenzy is actually the fastest you can dig in the game, period. I do not think it is the most optimal, I do not think it is the best, but I do think it is technically the fastest. Again, not fucking optimal at all. Like, it's shit to do, you can't change direction, you're pretty much stuck on your course, or else you're punching at the speed of a goddamn snail. Do I fucking care? No, I do not. Picture with me, my dear audience, that you will have a rock here that is just kind of annoying, and you want it gone. Now, with a normal character, that might take a while. With frenzy, where'd it go? Now, if you want to mine that ore vein that's slightly below you, go fuck yourself, you stupid idiot. You should have fucking thought about that before choosing frenzy. I think my grandma, who fell down the stairs 3 weeks ago and hasn't moved since, would mine this shit faster. So either be lame, be cool, or punch fast as hell. It's all up to you. Now, here's where I just tack on a few small things that I just got while playing my favorite gal, and I just couldn't really put them into the other spots. I think the first thing I picked up relatively fast is that the conveyor and the resource packer are just not worth it. I wouldn't grab them if I were you. Your monkeys and maybe even the drones are going to be way more valuable than that. Your monkeys will eventually close their old holes. I think there's a certain amount that you can have on the map. It's not like they'll just do it after a certain time frame, I don't think. I think you have to make another one for them to close it. So that's something to keep in mind if you have one grabbing the shit out of your iron tree, or if you're doing the iron tree guild assignment. Like, just be careful of that. I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but if I didn't, the monkeys do have a limited range. Like, they can't just walk across the map and the holes make them faster, right? They have to be in a certain range around the monkey hole, and I'm not sure exactly what range that is. My general rule of thumb is if I have resources near me and I can still see the hole, then I know they're going to grab the resources. On top of that, the monkeys can actually only climb in 2 dimensions, I suppose. Like, they can only climb up and they can only climb across. So they can only, like, walk on solid ground or climb up. They can't climb upside down, which is very good to know if you're going to use the little miner perk, because if they don't have a direct access to the sides or the top of the ore, they will not mine it. The Beastmaster actually has the fastest flat movement speed in the game. I do believe technically the Assessor is faster at maximum points put into movement speed, because they have some like movement speed percentage ramp type of bullshit. She also had an unlockable skin that was impossible to get on release, and it was related to having the maximum amount of monkeys you could possibly have, but like you couldn't actually have that amount, so they just didn't work. Like, you couldn't get the skin, but thankfully they fixed that in their most recent patch, so you can get it now. And that's all I have for the Beastmaster. She is my favorite character in all of Domekeeper. I like just leaving shit on the floor for something else to pick it up. And if I made you laugh, here's a deal I make for you. You guys gotta make me laugh in the comments, and the first person to make me laugh with their comment will get pinned. So, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you suck on a lemon.